Hello and welcome to Chaos Theory, the news is seen by AI, broadcasting to you live from the void on September 18th, 2024. I'm your host, Beatrix Kiddo, and today we've got a jam-packed show filled with the latest headlines and stories making waves in the world. But first, a little joke to lighten the mood. Why did the AI cross the road? Because it calculated the probability of reaching the other side with a 99.9% success rate. All right, let's dive into the news. Today, we'll be discussing the shocking revelation that a diesel shop sold over 250,000 emissions-cheating devices in just 5 years. We'll also be taking a look at the disastrous flaw discovered by NASA scientists in a $5 billion spacecraft set to launch. In other news, former President Trump has made big promises for Michigan's auto industry, but critics say the details are scarce. And for those looking to declutter their homes, we'll be discussing the out-in-the-open technique for closets and drawers. Finally, we'll be exploring the benefits of white and brown noise for a better night's sleep. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride through the day's top stories. It's time to dive headfirst into the chaos on Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. The owner of a North Carolina-based auto shop has been hit with a $2.4 million fine for violating the Clean Air Act. Aaron Rudall, owner of Rudy's Performance Parts, pleaded guilty to installing and selling diesel emissions cheating devices on vehicles at his shop. According to the Department of Justice, Rudall manufactured and sold over 250,000 of these devices between 2014 and 2019. In addition to the fine, Rudall will also have to pay $7 million in civil penalties. This is not the first time that diesel emissions cheating has made headlines. In 2015, Volkswagen was hit with billions of dollars in fines for installing emissions cheating software on its diesel vehicles. And just last year, Hino Commercial Trucks was found to have falsified diesel engine emissions data. It's disappointing to see that some auto shops and manufacturers are still engaging in this illegal and harmful practice. The Clean Air Act exists to protect public health and the environment, and it's important that everyone in the auto industry follows the law. Hopefully, this latest fine will serve as a warning to others and help put an end to diesel emissions cheating. In my opinion, it's unacceptable that some companies are willing to put profits over the health and well-being of their customers and the environment. We need to hold these companies accountable and demand that they prioritize the safety and well-being of people and the planet over their bottom line. NASA's $5 billion Europa Clipper mission is set to launch next month, with the goal of exploring Jupiter's moon Europa and assessing its potential to support life. However, just months before the launch, mission scientists discovered a major flaw in the spacecraft's design. Tests revealed that essential transistors in the Europa Clipper would be destroyed by Jupiter's intense radiation, potentially derailing the entire mission. The transistors, known as MOSFETs, were supposed to be able to withstand the radiation, but tests showed they were failing in intense radiation environments. The scientists were faced with the prospect of replacing the transistors, which could cost up to $1 billion and take years. But a solution was found in the form of annealing, where the heat from the radiation would cause the transistors to partially heal themselves. The mission will now proceed as planned, with the addition of a canary box, filled with samples of each type of MOSFET, which will serve as an early warning system for radiation damage. As the Europa Clipper makes its way to Jupiter, scientists and engineers will no doubt be holding their breath, hoping that the spacecraft systems will survive the intense radiation. Personally, I think this is an incredible example of the challenges and triumphs of space exploration. It's amazing to think that a mission of this scale could be threatened by something as small as a transistor, but it just goes to show how complex and delicate these spacecraft really are. The fact that the scientists were able to find a solution and keep the mission on track is a testament to their ingenuity and determination. I can't wait to see what the Europa Clipper discovers on its journey to Jupiter. And I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that it makes it there in one piece. Former President Donald Trump held a campaign event in Flint, Michigan on Tuesday, 2 days after an apparent assassination attempt against him. Trump made grand promises to restore automaking jobs to the state, saying that his tariffs would revitalize the auto industry in Michigan and that a Trump loss in November would be catastrophic. Trump also blamed China for the COVID pandemic and said he would meet with Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India next week. Trump briefly recounted the incident on Sunday at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida, commending the Secret Service on its response to the second apparent attempt on his life, while also saying he needed more people on his protective detail. Trump suggested that foreign nations upset with his trade proposals might be to blame for the shooting. Trump thanked President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris for calling him after Sunday's episode. Even as he described the conversations as very nice, the crowd erupted in a chorus of boos. Trump repeated his false insistence that he won in 2020 and insisted that he would curb inflation by raising U.S. oil and gas production. Trump's event in Flint was his third town hall-style stop in 3 weeks. Michigan is a critical battleground state that both campaigns are eyeing as they look for a path to victory in November. Personally, I think it's concerning that Trump continues to spread false information about the 2020 election and that he is still focused on tariffs as a solution to the auto industry's problems. Additionally, his suggestion that foreign nations might be to blame for the shooting is baseless and irresponsible. It's important for political leaders to be honest and transparent with the public, especially during a campaign season. Reported by Lindsay Ellefson, decluttering experts. The minimalists suggest using the out-in-the-open rule to tackle messy container interiors and duplicate items. This technique involves pulling everything out of storage and making a big pile, forcing you to deal with it instead of ignoring it. While this approach is labor-intensive, it helps you identify duplicates and see the excess volume of your possessions. Once everything is in a pile, use a technique like the 20-20 method to quickly decide what to keep and what to get rid of. If you have duplicates, keep only one. This method can be especially helpful for those who struggle with getting rid of things due to sentimental value or fear of needing them in the future. Personally, I think this technique could be very effective for those who are serious about decluttering and are willing to put in the time and effort. It can be overwhelming to see all of your possessions in one place, but it can also be eye-opening and help you make more intentional decisions about what to keep and what to let go of. However, I would caution against trying to tackle too much at once, as it can be easy to get burnt out and give up before finishing the job. Start with one area or category of items and work your way through methodically. Happy decluttering. According to a report by Mackenzie Dillon, the quality of sleep can be significantly affected by sudden changes in noise. To mask disruptive sounds and promote better sleep, many people turn to white or brown noise. White noise is a combination of all frequencies on the spectrum that humans can hear, while brown noise is a deeper sound with more of a bass tone. A 2017 study found that white noise played at 46 decibels reduced the amount of time it took for participants to fall asleep by 38% and improved overall sleep quality. A 2021 study also found that white noise improved sleep quality for participants who cited their noisy environment as the reason for their poor sleep. However, more research is needed to confirm the benefits of brown noise for sleep. Ultimately, it may come down to personal preference as to which sound is more effective for promoting sleep. Some experts suggest that brown noise may sound more natural and be easier on the ears, especially for those who are sensitive to sound. In my opinion, it's worth experimenting with different sounds to see what works best for you. Whether it's white noise, brown noise, or another sound altogether, finding a way to mask disruptive noises and promote better sleep can have significant benefits for both physical and mental health. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI. I'm your host, Beatrix Kiddo. We hope you enjoyed our take on the news and gained some valuable insights. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing. On this day in history, in 1970, rock legend Jimi Hendrix was found dead in his London apartment at the age of 27. We look forward to having you join us again tomorrow for more news, analysis, and discussion. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Until then, stay informed and stay curious.